everybody, I'm Chris, this is Sprout, that one's Tilly, and welcome to the Coffee Fuel Woodsman channel. So it's March 7th, and as you can tell there's a little bit of snow on the ground. It's hovering right around -2 right now in the woods here. So I've got a couple of new things to try out this trip. A thermometer, so I'll actually know exactly what temperature it is, and my uncle-in-law Keith Walls got me a video micro that sits on top of the camera. Unfortunately, the mount broke for it, it broke on the way in. So, I mean, we're not very far in. We're 1.4K, and it must have just hit a tree or something just when we got into this dense forest. So I'm back camping on Dollar Lake Brook, but I'm starting a new campsite from the last time I was here. Last time I was out was with Johnny, and we went up quite a ways further up. This time I'm in a patch of hemlocks right here, and it's going to be a solo trip, except for Johnny said he's probably going to join us at some point. Just he's going to hike in and just come for maybe supper. He might bring an MRE. Tonight's meal is an MRE. It's, I think, pulled pork. And then the other thing is, because I can't do a trip without actually bringing real food, we're gonna make a proper breakfast tomorrow morning. It's a bit breezy. I'm gonna have to get my tent set up, and I'm probably gonna have to set up a tarp as a windbreak somewhere, but we gotta get doing some work, and we're definitely gonna need a fire. So let's get doing that. All right, well, this is the first shot with the new microphone, and I'm gonna show you how I got it jimmy rigged back on. So that's my on top, that's my light for nighttime, and then I mounted it to that because it'll just be easier. I can take it off and on at least, because this is a mess. But if you can see, there's a little peg that I whittled out right there, and then I just lashed it down with that gun line. So hopefully that works well. Definitely need the dead cat on top of the microphone for this trip, because when I'm not recording on the lav mic, that water running is super loud. I learned that the last trip, but also the wind is just howling. So think you good? You good? All right, well, I'm pretty happy with where this tent location is. The dogs seem to be doing. Come on, Tilt, come on in. Just before I forget, it's my nephew's birthday today. So happy birthday, Everett. Hopefully you enjoyed what we got you. Hi, Bugs. Hi. Which I guess was a Halo Warthog toy. No spoilers, he'll have it by the time he watches this. As you noticed, I put down a bunch of fir boughs for the dogs. That's just because the ground is frozen and it's going to be cold. I have a wool blanket for them as well to put down, but it's more for me, like, because I always am paranoid that they're cold. So the more things I can do, the less it's going to keep me awake when I'm trying to sleep, thinking about if they're cold or not. And it's supposed to go to -6 tonight, so where it's me solo, I don't have to worry about seating area for other people, so that's kind of nice. Or just, it's not nice, it just makes it easier. So this is our view. Well, they're having a nice time. All right, cozy. I still got a lot to do. I got to cut firewood, build a fire pit. This is my newest member of the crew, and that's just a cheap, like $12 Canadian Amazon thermometer. Now this one being so cheap, it doesn't have a button that I can press that'll tell me recorded lowest temperature. So let's say it dips in the night to -8 and then comes back up to -6. This isn't going to tell me that. I'd have to be awake and looking at it. But well, we have had some struggles building this fire pit. Hasn't been the easiest that I've ever done, that's for sure. And Sprout is just, he has been a little devil for the last hour. He keeps going, wading chest deep in the freezing cold water. Like, we're right on the 0 degrees temperature, so he needs to stay dry. I had to zip up the tent, make sure he doesn't go in and get all of our bedding wet. But that's good enough for me for a fire pit. Trying to avoid putting up a tarp. I don't like having a wind block tarp usually because I like being able to see everywhere. But I think, I don't know, put my chair together, build a fire, make some coffee. Insulation for it, which surprisingly works fairly well. There we go. There. There you go. I could eat my lunch, which is really a cheap lunch this time, like as in cheap easy, not cheap price. My wife got me this, I don't know, like pizza croissant thing from 2 by Sea downtown Dartmouth. And I ate about half of it, but like that's enough for lunch. Jeez, that's a lot. Whoa, a little dry. All right, well, I'm putting a little more thought into it, and I think we are going to put a tarp up. Hopefully it covers, no, that's just a paper bag. Hopefully it covers enough of the wind direction that we get a break from it. Me and him have had so many little fights today, and the good thing is, neither of us hold a grudge, do we? No, we forgive each other, eh? Okay, well, it's not readily obvious if the tarp is doing its job, but I'll tell you, it already feels like the wind's dropped. Show you how I got it set up. So there's the fire pit there. And there's the toller bed, really, because I brought their thing. And here's the entire camp. There's where we're going to be sleeping tonight. Time for a coffee. I think I'll have a whiskey when Johnny gets here. Okay, I think we can start relaxing a little bit now. I don't have quite enough firewood, I'll show you that. I mean, I have enough to boil water tonight, but I think I'm going to want to keep the fire going a little bit, even though it's quite a small fire pit right now. But this is the part I came out here for, is just to sit, watch the water, listen to it. It's quite loud. But no, that's not for you. I was just recently given a boron by my friend Steve, which is an Irish drum, but it came without the striker or beater or the drumstick. So this is a piece of maple that I was gonna saw up for firewood for today, but it's most obviously just fallen, so it's wet, which means it's green wood, which means it's no good for burning, but it is good for carving spoons and for making what I'm gonna assume is gonna be a drumstick for this new drum I had, so maybe it'll make an appearance in a future video. There's my two pieces. That core wood is nice, however we're probably going to have to remove that. So since the beater is like, you know, it's not, they're not very big, pretty much making a Harry Potter wand. I'm going to just put this with the axe basically into a square, that way, because I'm not going to finish it this trip, and I'll be able to take it home easier. Johnny brought an MRE as well. Johnny, how long are you staying for?
I don't know. Depends on if I get irritated at you.
You should have brought your tent.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had this one before. So I brought, my buddy Matt there gave me a new one, and it was sausage and mash or something. It sounded really good, sausage and something. But it's brand new, or it's not brand new, but it's probably only
less than 10 years old.
It's probably only slightly expired. So I brought the pulled pork, and Johnny has brought himself one of the new ones that's probably not expired. And this one I've had before. It was really good. I think I had this one before, but I can't remember.
I think sure you did too. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's time to christen the campsite. Johnny's having Sleeman's Honey Brown. Yeah, he brought me a Garrison Nut Brown, but
thanks, sir.
I'm going to have this Scotch to christen. And this is a Bowmore, I think it's a 12, and Christian supplied that to the channel. You want some of it? It's only fair.
Oh no, I'm good, bro.
But it's too good to bring the whole bottle of it, so. Cheers, Johnny.
Cheers.
Cheers, Christian. Thank you. That stuff's good.
Yeah. You do it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you almost got it.
He's a good boy.
You almost got it.
Bud, what are you doing? Sprout.
Okay.
You're fixed.
Get on my
Stop
chair.
it. I'm gonna try to get this fire pit set up that we can actually boil some water, because the MREs are basically boil in a bag. So I'm gonna boil mine, and maybe Johnny's at the same time in that 9-cup percolator. But we've started warming them already, so it shouldn't take too long. Pulled pork. Like
I got
sack
a Wonder
lunch.
Bar. And
Ooh, those are good. Wonder Bar.
Yeah.
I got my dessert, which might be lunch for tomorrow, I'm not sure. Date squares. Not had date squares before. Yeah, I got that too.
Flipper, this is
Nescafe. Won't eat that. My main pulled pork.
Oh.
Almond covered coffee beans. Actually, or almonds and chocolate covered coffee beans. Those are actually pretty good. Come on, camera. There you go. Those are actually good.
The hamburger,
bun
is delicious.
I got tortillas, which is weird that you have pulled pork with tortillas, and you've got that beef jerky is actually really good. Yeah. The dogs love it. Yeah, those two will fit.
Will you have an almond and chocolate covered coffee bean?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. What happened? I'm gonna eat these two. Those aren't terrible. I'm pretty sure I've had this before now that I'm doing it. I'll go grab mine too. Ooh, that's actually quite a lot.
Oh, not bad. That looks good.
You want to try some?
No, I have my bouillon beef.
I think I've shown this one to the camera before once too. That looks, ooh, that's hot. There you go.
It is. Yeah,
And your bun.
it is.
This is bun. This before. Is that potato in there, Johnny?
Well, it's funny. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
It's squash.
Oh,
I think it's probably better to eat these before they expire for 10 years. This bun isn't all that bad.
Oh, really? Okay. Why don't you come sit closer? Well, Johnny just left. It's now 8:30, so I made it all the way to almost bedtime. I got everything I own on, even though it's only about -2. Got a puffy coat, my Gore-Tex coat, a sweater, and 2 undershirts. Yeah, so tomorrow just be leisurely getting up and making a breakfast. It's supposed to be -6 overnight. So we decided to walk Johnny about halfway to his car because it's a big uphill out of here, and I wanted to get warm before bed and warm up the dogs a little bit too. And let me tell you, it's at least 5 degrees colder as soon as you get out from underneath the canopy of the hemlocks. I almost should take my new thermometer out there because it was noticeable. As soon as we got there, it was like, woo, got frigid. So, and as soon as we came back, as soon as we entered underneath, it felt, yeah, I would say almost 5 degrees warmer. So maybe we won't hit -6 tonight, which is good. I'm happy with that. But who knows? If I get up in the night, I'll check it. We're going to be nice and warm though. The tent already felt a few degrees warmer than the outside, and outside doesn't feel too bad. So get these pups to bed. See you in the morning.
What do you think you do? Time to get up. Yeah. Sleep good? Just wait. Okay. Okay. Good dog.
Well, good morning, everybody. Pretty much 9 hours, 9.5 hours last night. I actually slept quite good. I woke up a lot, but it wasn't anything like I woke up and because I couldn't sleep. I just woke up for whatever reason. I'm gonna get our fire going so that we can make the coffee and the breakfast. This piece of maple here burned really well last night. So I chunk it up just a little bit. Whoa, you're gonna stay? Beauty. Well, we've got the coffee on. My buddy Josh just started getting into coffee, went out and bought himself a whole setup. So he gave me a call a couple days ago to ask me how I make mine, and this is my favorite way with the percolator. This one's a 9 cup, so I put in like 8 scoops of coffee for that. And that always makes me happy when I'm out here. This one's gonna be a very easy breakfast. I've got 1 hash brown, 4 eggs, 4 sausage. I'm gonna make it all in one pan and end up dicing it up. Now, the reason I brought 4 sausage and 4 eggs is my plan is to make a breakfast sandwich for later, for lunch. So -6 this morning, and inside the tent when I just went and grabbed the temperature thermometer out, it was only -3 in the tent. I would imagine it's still right around -5, -6. It was supposed to stay pretty average there, but the fire and the tarp, which is just to the right of the camera, it really brings the heat back in. So I brought the thermometer in and it's saying it's -2 right at tarp level, so it makes it a little bit more bearable. I've just put those hash browns in my lid. So I'll dump those back in once the sausage are ready. Coffee's starting to percolate. And I think it's time to lock his cheesies. The hash browns are going back in with the sausage bits. I've taken out the 2 that I'm saving for lunch. Put the eggs in. I'm gonna try to save like 1 to 2 yolks out if I can. We'll see what happens here. Oh, look at that. So I'm gonna have 3 yolk breakfast, 1 yolk for later. An English muffin that I put a little bit of mayonnaise on. All right, the food is ready, and it looks very gray or brown, but that's because I burned the butter. So it still should be fine. Now that is a lot of food. All right, let's try her out. Oh yeah, that's delicious. Those sausage are maple breakfast sausage, so they add a little bit. I've decided how I'm gonna cook that egg. I've got that 1 egg left. I'm gonna put it on this lid and put it right on the stove with a lot of butter. Let's try it. That's a lot of butter, but we need it. Cool. Oh, I did it. Whoa. There's a sandwich. Coffee is still plentiful. I've got this little packet. It's a rum coffee cream. So the plan now is just to sit and relax, drink some coffee. They've eaten a lot, so they're not getting any more. I think my mother and father-in-law got me this JD Shore, so cheers to Ruth and Harry. Brought in a lot of stuff, didn't we? I thought I was gonna pack light for this trip, but I guess I didn't.
Oh, you're bad, but my God, you're cute. Oh, you're so bad.
Pretty much accomplished everything we set out for, except for, hey, I haven't smoked my pipe yet. Pretty much everything else is ready to go. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I know the shorter trips are sometimes the better trips, and in this case, this was a really good one. It's nice to have Johnny in just for a visit. I kind of wish he could have stayed the night, because that breakfast probably could have shared between two people, but he had other stuff he has to do. My next trip is going to be Matt and I believe April 1st. We're hoping for ice out so we can do a canoe trip. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, click like. If not, thanks for watching to this point. And hopefully April 1st comes soon and I'll have another one for you. What do you think, Sprout? Tilly, time to go? Yeah, okay. Okay.